What's up, everybody? I'm Anthony. This is Mindset Fitness, and this video is going to be about if you fit your macros versus clean eating. Now, what I want to say is I assume that everyone watching this video understands what if you fit your macros is, what clean eating is, because I really don't think that anyone that isn't familiar with either one should really be arguing for one side or the other due to lack of information about them. So, before you watch this video, I made another one, just a brief overview of what if you fit your macros is. And then if you want to know what clean eating is, you can probably just Google it. But alright, I'm going to get started. I'm going to talk about clean eating first. I'm going to go through the pros and cons, and then I'm going to talk about if it fits your macros, the pros and cons. So hopefully at the end of this video, you'll be able to make a more informed decision about which route you want to take personally. I don't recommend going one extreme to the other, but, whatever floats your boat, whatever you see results with is what's going to benefit you. Now, before I start with clean eating, I just want to say that you can get fat eating too much of anything. Anything. If you eat too much above your total daily energy expenditure, whatever your body doesn't use for growth, recovery, everyday processes, gets stored as fat. Protein, fat, carb, what process it happens through is irrelevant since you can't control it. Whether it's de novo lipogenesis or gluconeogenesis. So clean eating. A lot of people have a misconception that extreme clean eaters, well, I wouldn't say it's a misconception, but some clean eaters don't necessarily track the quantity of what they're eating. Sure, they're eating healthy foods, they're eating grilled chicken and tons of vegetables and fruits and all this. Great, very healthy, balanced diet, but like I just said before, you can eat too much chicken and broccoli to get fat. So it's not that accurate. Definitely is great for your health. If you're trying to put on muscle or specifically lose weight, though, I do recommend keeping track of calories and things like that. The reason why most people lose weight switching from, a dirty diet to a clean diet is that clean, non-processed food, whatever you want to call it, not cooked with any, like oils, things like that, is less calorie dense. So you can eat physically more food. It'll take up more room in your stomach for less amount of calories, which, if you're not really tracking and you're just eating whenever you're hungry, it'll keep you fuller on less calories. Therefore, you'll probably lose weight. So some of the pros of clean eating is, like I just said, feeling fuller throughout the day because the food is less calorie dense, so satiety. You could have increased energy levels. You could feel, sharper, like more alert, something like that. That's something that I experienced because I've gone through the extreme of clean eating, not really knowing what I was doing. Then I went to like the extreme of if it fits your macros. Then I found a nice balance of both that really helped me with my results and, allowed me to comfortably, it took all the frustration out of nutrition, let's just say. So another pro of clean eating is micronutrients. Clean food is rich in micronutrients most of the time, so that'll help your health. An example of that would be calcium. Calcium is not a macronutrient. It's not tracked with if it fits your macros specifically, but it does play a role in bone health. So let's just say that you're doing if it fits your macros, and you're not paying attention to anything other than protein, fat, and carbs, which is what I like to say an extreme of if it fits your macros, too much to one side, your bone health can suffer from it or certain things like that. So body composition, same. As far as, like muscle and fat and things like that. But, your bone health or your health in general can be altered due to micronutrients. So those are some good aspects of clean eating, just a few. Some cons. It can be more expensive to eat clean. I'm going to stop doing the air quotes. Just assume that I don't think that clean is a real thing. All right, so some cons. It could be more expensive to eat healthier. If you've been in any health food store, the prices there are significantly higher than, going to McDonald's and getting a, whatever Happy Meal, whatever they have going on now. It is a lot cheaper to eat fast food. Another con of clean eating is that it is pretty time consuming to cook all the time. Like I said, not just run down the block to Wendy's or Burger King or whatever and stuff your face. Cooking, does require a larger chunk of time, and it's a little more involved. Some people do like meal prep Monday or something like that. If they don't have the time to cook every meal, they make them in one shot. That's your call. If you want to do it, you know, knock yourself out. If not, there are other ways of going about it. Another con, which is not necessarily a con, but some people that eat healthy, they find it boring. They find their diet too strict. They develop a bad relationship with food because they think that anything that's not, straight from a farm or whatever is the devil. But there's a medium in that. You can make healthy food taste good. I do it all the time. I use Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash is a 0-calorie seasoning. I put that on like almost everything, and it does make your food taste better. So you enjoy eating healthy because let's face it, the very few people just actually enjoy plain chicken and plain brown rice. I don't. I like a little bit of flavor with my food. I mean, I'll eat it if that were the only way to do it. Yeah, just suck it up. But you don't have to limit yourself to such an extent. You can if you want to, but it's not mandatory in order to see results. So now I'm going to switch over to If It Fits Your Macros. The main pro is that it's flexible. It's flexible dieting. It allows you some flexibility. Now, some people take If It Fits Your Macros, I think, too seriously, and all they eat is Pop-Tarts and ice cream and cake and whatever, which, like I said, body composition, you're hitting your numbers, great. It's the same thing. But health, benefits. Do you really want to just look good on the outside and then your insides are all jammed up, from health concerns? Also, If It Fits Your Macros is not for everyone. For example, like diabetics, people have to watch their sugar. Sugar is not a macronutrient, so you'd have to pay more attention to things like that than just focusing on protein, fat, carbs, and dietary fiber. Another pro of If It Fits Your Macros is that you can eat some of the junk food that you like. You can have a Reese's Cups. You can fit it into your macros. But like I said, having a diet solely comprised of the junk and stuff like that, I don't think is the best route to go. I think that, eating, healthily, but also being aware that, if you swap out, some chicken and broccoli for, I know that this wouldn't have identical, macros or whatever, but like a bag of Skittles or something like that, it won't wreck your progress. You know what I mean? So just be aware that you can have some flexibility. Don't, swing too far to one side or too far to the other. It's about a balance. In the end of the day, actually, I'm not going to do the end of the day thing yet. I still have to go through the cons of If It Fits Your Macros, even though I went through some of them already. Pretty unorganized, but you're getting the gist. Con, lack of micronutrients. If you eat, Snickers bars all day, they're not that healthy. They might taste great, but as far as vitamins and minerals, there aren't. I mean, I haven't seen a nutrition label of a Snickers bar in quite some time, but I'm pretty sure they aren't the healthiest option for you to eat. Like I said, it's not for everyone. People have to watch their sugars, things like that. Another con is you could feel hungrier. Like I said, clean food is less calorie dense. An example I used in my video about If It Fits Your Macros, Reese's Cups. 2 Reese's Cups are 210 calories, if I remember correctly. I can eat 10 of those and be like, all right, I'm still hungry. Like, where's the food? So it requires a level of self-control, especially to have the stuff in the house and, not binge out on it all the time. So, people are not robots. So, it's up to you to not cheat on your diet. And by cheat, I mean eat outside of your calorie and macronutrient guidelines. Not, eat a Pop-Tart. That's not cheating if you fit it. Let's see. Energy levels. I discussed that already from my personal experiences. And sodium. Sodium is not a macronutrient. It's not a macronutrient. And having excessive amounts of sodium can make you retain a little bit of water, which has no effect on fat or anything like that. But it could give you like a softer appearance. And a lot of people I know that don't know any better, people who, ask for my help with their diet or whatever, when I put them on more carbs or, up their sodium from what they're eating and they retain a little bit of water, they associate that with getting fat. But it could just be some water. Water is not the end of the world. Carbs is not your enemy. Sodium is not your enemy. Eating in a caloric surplus can, be your enemy. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the matter. Like I said, my opinion is that a balanced approach between the both of them is is great, is the way to go. It combines the accuracy of if it fits your macros with the health benefits and the full feeling you get from clean foods. So just take this into consideration and pick whichever works for you, because at the end of the day, it's whatever fits your lifestyle. The best diet is one that you can follow consistently, and that'll produce results. Yeah, in essence, clean eating can be great if you're eating the correct amounts. But if you're not, breaking down every other day and binging, you're not following the diet, so it's not going to produce the results that it should. So take these things into consideration. Make your own informed decision. Do a little bit of research. If you want to ask me any more in-depth questions, go right ahead. You can leave a comment whenever you want. My email is in my bio. My Instagram is in my bio. Everything's all connected. Social network. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little sick, so I don't know if I sound like nasally or something like that. Probably doesn't make sense to apologize that at the end of the video, but yeah, this has been another topic discussion, mindset, fitness. Hopefully this helps some people. Like, comment, subscribe if it did. Dislike, troll, do whatever you want. Still no slogan. Yeah.